We recently have had absolutely loads of new Assassin's Creed games revealed and news along with it, some of them more appealing than others, but as the title says on this video, we'll be focusing today on Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, which you just may have overlooked, but is actually trying to bring some unique things to the franchise for the very first time. The game is kind of 50-50 at the moment, as it has a super fun and interesting setting that I think a lot of people have been waiting for, but it's also being created as a mobile first title, which we know probably will be a disappointment for a lot of fans that are expecting a traditional console and PC launch. But we do think it's still a good idea to go over the details of this game, as Ubisoft may still bring it to those other platforms and consoles later down the line in the life cycle of the game. So in this video, we're going to go over all of the details for Assassin's Creed Codename Jade so that you can stay informed on what exactly to expect from the game. To start it off, of course, the game doesn't have an official title yet. It's being referred to as Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, and it is of course being developed for mobile platforms first, with no mentions of a console release. It seems at the moment Ubisoft are doing a big push with a lot of their large franchises to bring them to the mobile platform. For instance, we already know that they will be releasing Rainbow Six Mobile as well as the Division Resurgence. These are of course the mobile versions of the mainline series of those two franchises, so it's not unexpected that Assassin's Creed is being brought to mobile as well. To be honest, at this point, if they are choosing to go down this rabbit hole, they could at least give us a good Splinter Cell mobile game. At this point, we'll kind of take anything we can get from that series. The most interesting aspect of Codename Jade is that it's actually going to be set in ancient China, which if you look at Assassin's Creed newly announced Codename Red, set in Japan, these two settings have been largely requested by fans, so we're finally getting them. The developers have said that you'll be able to parkour and experience iconic locations within China, such as the Great Wall of China, which I do think would be fantastic to explore in Assassin's Creed, but I'm still iffy about how it's going to be on mobile. Also, the game is going to be fully open world and feature the classic Assassin's Creed gameplay. When they say classic, we think what they mean is that the gameplay is going to be more like Assassin's Creed pre-Origins, which of course added in more RPG aspects and leveling systems, so we're expecting more original Assassin's Creed gameplay from it. The developers are also looking to make sure that the experience on mobile is as polished as possible, with particular focus on the touch controls to ensure that they are optimized, and this is good news in general. You want the game to look as good as possible considering it's being optimized on mobile, and the control scheme on mobile games can sometimes be a little frustrating and difficult, so if they can really nail how it plays on the mobile devices, then that will just make the game better as a whole. We also have some information about the game from the Assassin's Creed franchise executive producer, Marc-Alexis Cote. He says you'll get the chance to do things like parkour atop the Great Wall of China, sneak through bustling cities, engage in intense combat, and discover the secrets and vastness of ancient China. Personally, this is a setting that I've always wanted to explore, especially in the Assassin's Creed franchise, so I do really like that they're going here. Again, my one reservation is that it's on mobile, but I am becoming more open-minded to mobile games as they become more and more mainstream. The developers have also taken a look at gaming habits on the mobile platforms, where players like to create their own characters, and for the very first time in an open-world Assassin's Creed game, they are going to let you create your own assassin. So it's quite a big departure from the mainline series games, where you're either given a character or a choice between a male and female version of that character. I personally do really like the idea of creating my own assassin, but I do wonder how that will play into the story. I'm going to assume that they'll build the story around that aspect, which I think is overall a good thing. For the game though, we currently don't have a release date, but I think we can definitely agree that it's going to release after Assassin's Creed Mirage, simply because it's still being referred to with its code name, whereas a game like Assassin's Creed Mirage has its full title and we know a lot more about it. There's definitely a lot of changes and things to think about when it comes to Codename Jade. For example, are you disappointed with ancient China being put on mobile first instead of being in a main series game on PC and consoles? There's of course a massive worry when it comes to mobile games, what the monetization system will be. Is there going to be microtransactions, some kind of pay-to-win system? Is it going to be a buy-to-play game or a free-to-play game? And the fact that it's on mobile in general will of course mean that the gameplay and the controls will probably be somewhat different, because they're never going to function the same when you're having to play on the screen of a mobile versus using a controller or a mouse and keyboard. There's a lot of factors and a lot of unknowns. I think it will be really good when we can get some official gameplay to see more. However, we don't really have a scope or a timeline on when that will be. Personally, I'm going to give the game a try. I do really want to explore ancient China, and I am very interested in how they will transport the Assassin's Creed series and world into the mobile platform. So I'm going to remain hopeful, but I do want to play it for myself to know more. If you do enjoy these videos, definitely click like down below to show support, and you can subscribe because we have lots of videos planned for you guys that we think you will really enjoy. Definitely tell us in the comments what you think about all of this, and the 2 videos on screen now we think you will also enjoy if you found this video helpful. So if you did enjoy this one, the videos on screen now will probably be just up your alley, but of course you don't have to if you don't want to. They're just on the screen now if you do want to check them out by giving them a click.